Hey guys, I wanted to go ahead and do a small review here of this Dell monitor I purchased. Prior to this, I had a Samsung. It was a 3-year-old LED monitor, and the difference, I wish I would have bought this sooner because it's not night and day difference here. This monitor was $179. I bought it at Best Buy. I'm sure you can get it a bit cheaper somewhere else, but it was on sale and it was close enough to the online price. I just went into the store and purchased it. So, so one thing that you see probably about this monitor just by looking at the video here, it's a glossy screen, so it doesn't have the anti-glare screen that you see on most monitors. But I'll tell you why I think this is actually a good thing. You get this reflection. Right now I have a window here and the sun is hitting directly into the room, so there's more reflection now than I usually get. But being that this is a glass screen, the problem with the anti-glare screens like the one I had before, like the Samsung, this screen right here does not block any of the light that you normally get blocked with an anti-glare screen. The problem with that is that you do get reflection, but you don't get any of the panel lighting blocked. So meaning that because you don't get any of the internal light from the panel blocked by the screen, you get the full range of colors. Nothing looks dual. You don't have that sense of dualness and that sense of colors not popping that you get with an anti-glare screen, because obviously an anti-glare screen works both ways. It blocks external light, but it also blocks the light from the panel, so you get a loss of color and a loss of brightness itself. You don't get that with a glass screen because it just doesn't block any of that. So you get the vivid picture that you see here. Another thing with this monitor is this panel that it has is called a VA panel, and a VA panel is actually pretty rare these days. It's actually the rarest type of panel that a monitor screen can have. It is actually, I think it's actually the best panel that you can get right now on a screen, because it has pretty much all the strong points of every other type of technology. So you have the VA panel, which is the one that this monitor has, and then you have other LCD screens that have a panel called PN, actually TN, and then you have other screens that have an IPS panel, and the TN is gonna be the most popular one. That's the one that you're gonna find on a lot of budget screens. But that panel, it doesn't beat out the VA and the IPS monitor on any fronts. It pretty much doesn't have the colors or the contrast that these two other technologies have. So the TN panel, it's a budget, so those are the type of screens that the TN panels are the ones that you'll find on the $90 monitors, the $120 monitors, and I don't think they're worth it, because for a little bit more you can get the VA or the IPS. Now the IPS, it has the best color reproduction, so it has the most vivid colors, but it has really bad contrast. The IPS monitors. This, which is the VA, this is the rarest pretty much of the three type of panels. But the VA pretty much has the strong points of like I said, of every single type of panel, because it has very vivid colors and it has really good contrast ratio. The best that you can get pretty much on any LCD monitor. So this one has a contrast ratio of 5,000 to 1, which is the highest IPS monitor. That the highest contrast ratio on an IPS monitor I've seen is about 2,000 to 1. So don't even look at the dynamic contrast ratio that you see on the specifications. That's kind of like a made up number. What you want to look at is the actual contrast ratio. That's the one that you normally see. That's 1,000 to 1, 1,000 to 1, 3,000 to 1. Most IPS monitors have 2,000 to 1 contrast ratio. This is 5,000 to 1. So this monitor has a higher contrast ratio than pretty much any IPS that you can get. So let me show you here with this movie. So as you can see, why I put this on was because, as you can see, the white screen, you know, the black lines on the top and the bottom. Normally on many other panels you get kind of like a light bleed, kind of like a lot of light coming in from the edges, so the black looks more grayish than actual black. Here, I mean, this is as black as you're gonna get. This is as good as a contrast ratio as you're gonna get on any monitor. As you can see, the blacks, they look pretty much pitch black. They even look blacker in person than here with the camera. And you don't get that with an IPS monitor and any other type of technology. This reminds me a lot of a plasma TV, because a plasma TV gives you the best contrast that you can get on any type of monitor. So other than that, the colors are obviously, as you can see, they're very good. They pop out a lot because of the type of screen that it has. The colors, they just come out a lot. The video just doesn't make it justice. You have to go and see this monitor in person. And I cannot believe that this monitor is only $180, because I've seen a lot of monitors that cost twice what this costs, and it just doesn't look as good. They might have slightly better colors, like I said, like the IPS has slightly better, stronger colors, but you know, it doesn't outweigh the advantages that this one gives you. I mean, yeah, it does have the better colors, but the contrast is so bad on IPS monitors that it just it's not worth it. These are the best monitors to get, I think. So you know, you're playing a horror game or you're watching a movie like The Dark Knight, a movie that's has a lot of dark scenes, and you'll see a lot of color bleed on those IPS monitors. A lot of that IPS glow that you don't get on this monitor. So horror games, you know, and movies that have a lot of dark scenes are just gonna look a lot better here on this one. So this is here, let me show you what it looks like from the side. Not the thinnest screen, not the thinnest panel you can get, but you know, it's good enough. And here in the back, as you can see, it doesn't have the holes for the to mount it on the wall, so you cannot mount this on the wall. That's a HDMI and VGA connection on the back. That's what this monitor has. It has no speakers. Just the only two connections is VGA and HDMI. It doesn't have DVI. So you have to make sure that if you're looking at this monitor, that your video card has an HDMI. I wouldn't connect it with the VGA. It's just the quality is noticeably worse with VGA. I would connect it with HDMI and that's it. So this movie that I put on, it's not really that good of an example, because I wanted to show you, the reason I put this on was just to show you the lines, how good the contrast ratio is. But other than that, here, if we go here online, I don't know what this camera, those lines, you know, they're actually not coming up. It's just a camera. But the whites, which are very important also on the monitor, are really nice here too. They look really good. So this monitor has very dark blacks and very good whites also. So it has the best of both worlds, pretty much. So I mean, yeah, this is the S2440L. Remember that if you're looking for this monitor, this is the only one in the S line of Dell monitors that has the VA panel. So you want to make sure that the S2440L, which is an inch smaller than this, looks identical, but it doesn't have the VA panel, it has the IPS. So if you're looking for exactly this panel, you know, that looks exactly like this, you have to get this exact one, the S2440L. The S2740L 2440L and the S2340L, they don't use this panel. It's a different type. So yeah, this is definitely, I've been impressed with this monitor. I'm gonna keep it for sure. Didn't have, from the moment I turned it on, I knew I was not gonna return this for sure. So I've also been playing a few games on it. It doesn't have the fastest refresh rate is 6 milliseconds. There's a lot of monitors, you know, for gaming, people prefer 2 milliseconds or 1. But 6 is not bad. There's monitors that are slower. There's monitors that are 7 and 8. And I haven't seen any ghosting or any issues. Even on games like Battlefield, I've not seen any issues. I've been able to play just fine. So definitely, if it was up to me, I would definitely buy this monitor again. I definitely recommend it. It has really good reviews online, which is why I bought it. 4.5 stars from pretty much everywhere. And I can see why now. I mean, I just don't understand why more monitors don't have this type of panel with the glossy screen. A lot of people just don't like the reflection, but as you can see, it's just so much nicer. The colors are just so much nicer on this type of panel, and it's too bad that most monitors don't have it. Most monitors are the anti-glare screen. I don't like those because the colors are always kind of, they have a certain dullness to them that these monitors never have. Even when the panel is a lower quality, like the TN or it still looks a lot better simply because of the gloss screen. So unless you live in a place, you know, where you have a window directly shining into the monitor, in that case you probably don't want to get this monitor. But in any other case, this is definitely one to get. It's a really nice monitor. I still cannot believe that it's under $200 for such a good looking monitor. So definitely I'll recommend it. All right, man. Thank you for watching. Bye.